Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web. The Commission on Elections announced that it has extended the registration hours for new voters in order to accommodate more applications. From 3 p.m., the new deadline of registration hours is now at 5 or 5:30 p.m. According to Comelec Commissioner Rowena Ganzon, they are still behind their schedule or their target of registering 4 million new voters, or those who will turn 18 years old before the conduct of the May 2022 elections. The Comelec officials said that they will discuss today the possible implementation of barangay satellite registration and weekend extension of registration to encourage more registrants. Meanwhile, Guanzon said that the face-to-face campaign activities for the May 2022 national and local polls may still be allowed, provided that they will strictly adhere to the minimum public health standards amid the current threat of the pandemic. But according to vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr., there could be a huge health risk if certain close contact campaign activities, such as large gatherings, will be allowed for next year's elections. Galvez made the observation ahead of his planned discussion with the Comelec on its proposed ban of face-to-face campaigning for the 2022 elections while the country battles the coronavirus pandemic.
Iyon po ay tatalakayin po natin po sa atin with the Comelec kasi talaga pong nakikita po natin na malaki po yun na challenge at risk yung magkakaroon po ng mga face-to-face na crowd gathering. Nakikita po natin na yung pagkakampanya po it will enhance yung close contact with different people. So pag po namin tumatawag na rin po sa akin ng Comelec and we will discuss this later.
The Philippine Red Cross has begun discussions with various pharmaceutical companies as it eyes the procurement of vaccines against the coronavirus disease. Senator Richard Gordon, also the PRC chairman, announced the possible procurement of at least 2 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine in a radio interview. Gordon also reiterated his proposal to implement the Buy One, Donate One scheme, where those who have the capacity to buy the vaccine can also donate to those who cannot afford it. While the PRC is still working on getting COVID-19 vaccines, Gordon offered its assistance to the Department of Health in its national immunization program. An online survey conducted by a team of researchers from the University of Santo Tomas has shown that only 56% of Filipinos were willing to get vaccinated against COVID-19. The UST COVAX Vaccine Awareness Team surveyed about 15,600 respondents in January to find out the beliefs and perceptions of the Filipino people regarding the COVID-19 vaccines. Of the 56% who said they are willing to be vaccinated, 24% answered definitely yes, while 32% said probably yes. Meanwhile, about 10% said they are not willing to be vaccinated, composed of 3.5% saying definitely no and 6.7% saying probably no. 34% of the respondents were unsure whether they want to receive a vaccine or not. According to the UST Vaccine Awareness Team, the survey showed that many Filipinos are scared about the vaccine and its safety. They are also worried that it will not work or even make them sick. The research team added that the government has to reassure people that their worries are not real and that the vaccines are worth it for the safety of their families. Prepare to say goodbye to plastic soft drink straws and coffee stirrers. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources will soon ban the use of plastic soft drink straws and coffee stirrers in the country. These two ubiquitous items were the latest to be added to the list of non-environmentally acceptable products, or NEAP, by the National Solid Waste Management Commission, or NSWMC. As a result, they may be banned soon as part of the implementation of Republic Act number 9003, or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. The draft resolution declaring plastic soft drink straw and plastic coffee stirrer as NEAP was deliberated upon during a Tuesday virtual en banc meeting, which was presided by DNR Undersecretary for Solid Waste Management and Local Government Unit Concerns, and also NSWMC Alternate Chair Benny Antiporda. In the end, 11 en banc members voted to list the two plastic items, while 3 voted against it. The approved resolution comes at a perfect time as the world celebrates International Straw-Free Day today, February 3. Reports said the resolution was passed despite heavy opposition coming from some members of the Commission, such as the Department of Trade and Industry and the manufacturing and recycling industries. In Metro News, Pasig Healthcare volunteers to receive salary increase. Caloocan City Mayor Malapitan willing to take COVID-19 vaccine first. And Quezon City LGU warns fixers of imprisonment. More from this report.
The local government unit of Pasig City has more than doubled the salary of over 300 Pasig health aides who have been under volunteer status for decades, from a monthly salary of 5,000 pesos to over 12,000 pesos. Mayor Vico Soto said the 314 healthcare workers of the city have very important duties in their respective communities. He said the LGU has employed the volunteer healthcare workers as job order employees. Soto said it is vital to fortify the primary healthcare system in order to have universal healthcare wherein quality medical services are provided to citizens. Caloocan City Mayor Oka Malapitan is willing to get inoculated with the COVID-19 vaccine first before his constituents in a bid to allay their fears of the vaccine. Malapitan said he and his son, 1st District Representative Along Malapitan, will take the lead in terms of getting vaccinated to prove that the upcoming vaccine is safe. Malapitan also told reporters in an interview that they are now battling misinformation on COVID-19 vaccine and noted that information dissemination is now important as a large numbers of surveyed residents express fear of getting a job. The mayor added that the local government is now conducting an education campaign to encourage the residents. Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte has issued a warning against fixers that local government will run after them and send them to jail should they continue their activities. This came after the Quezon City Police District arrested on Sunday for robbery, extortion, grave threats, and usurpation of authority 9 individuals, including a man who bragged that he can facilitate any government contract, particularly in Quezon City, without a usual bidding process because they are all employees of the Quezon City government. The individuals even asked for 5.3 million pesos from the victim in exchange for a government contract involving an infrastructure project, police said. Belmonte also called on public, especially businessmen, to avoid dealing with fixers as local government already hastened the processing of permits, licenses, and other documents needed for business and other transactions.
Breaking news, an ammonia leak was reported in Barangay NBBS in Navotas Wednesday afternoon, prompting residents to scramble out of their homes. Mayor Toby Tiangco said Bureau of Fire Protection personnel are already in the area. This is the second incident in the area since the start of the year. Now here are the top news in other parts of the country. Sangguniang Kabataan Chairman falls in buy-bust operation in Samar. Cop shot dead in Negros Oriental Town, and with no money to spend for a decent burial, a father decides to burn dead son's body in Butuan City. Here are the details.
Agents of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency arrested on Monday in a buy-bust operation a Sangguniang Kabataan chairman in Santa Rita, Samar for possession of illegal drugs. The suspect was identified as Brian Pacaanas, 23 years old, an SK chairman of Bougainvillea Village in Santa Rita town, and is listed as one of the high-value targets by PIDEA Eastern Visayas. Confiscated during the operation were 2 sachets of 5.13 grams of shabu with an estimated market value of 34,938 pesos. Investigators are looking into the motive behind the shooting of a police officer in Mabini, Negros Oriental. 54-year-old Master Sergeant Jeseden Amorganda Carriaga was shot by 2 gunmen riding a motorcycle on Monday in Barangay Lumbangan, Mabinay. Initial investigation showed that Carriaga was at the house of Village Councilor Tobias Villarejo when the suspects fired at him as he was about to leave on board his motorcycle. Police investigators recovered from the crime scene 5 fired cartridges of a caliber .45 pistol. A man who could not bury his son the traditional way decided to burn his son's body shortly after dying of an undetermined illness. The dead man was identified as 24-year-old Romy P. Casipong, whose remains were burned by his father, 63-year-old Ronaldo C. Casipong. According to the police report, the elder Casipong claimed they don't have money to hold a wake and spend as well for his son's casket. The report also said that the young Casipong died at 2:30 a.m. on January 16 after a long battle with an undisclosed illness.
Saudi Arabia on Tuesday suspended entry from 20 countries in a bid to curb a jump in coronavirus infections. The Interior Ministry announced the temporary suspension would be effective from 9 p.m. on Wednesday. The ban applies to neighboring Egypt and United Arab Emirates and in the wider region to Lebanon and Turkey, and 16 other countries including United Kingdom, United States of America, India, Indonesia, and South Africa. Saudi citizens as well as diplomats and health workers coming from those countries will be allowed to enter the kingdom in accordance with the precautionary measures. Russia's Sputnik V vaccine is 91.6% effective against symptomatic COVID-19, according to the results published Tuesday that independent experts said allayed transparency concerns over the job, which Moscow is already rolling out. Sputnik V, named after the Soviet-era satellite, was approved in Russia months before results from its final stage clinical trials were published, leading to skepticism among experts. But the new analysis of data from 20,000 phase 3 trials participants published in the medical journal The Lancet suggests that a 2-dose vaccine offers more than 90% efficacy against symptomatic COVID-19. The results suggest Sputnik V is among the top performers alongside the Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna jobs, which also reported more than 90% efficacy. Meanwhile, Germany Chancellor Angela Merkel on Tuesday said all coronavirus vaccines are welcomed in the EU once they have received regulatory approval after Russia's Sputnik V job was found to be 91.6% effective in trial results. Flower grower Plazoleta Bazani prepares for the Valentine's Day season with optimism and managed to caution the effects of the pandemic on business, mainly by ensuring almost 500 employees adhered to strict sanitary protocols. They want to uplift business that has been affected by the pandemic early last year due to systematic closure of the different countries. It resulted to 50% in reduction of exports from Colombia to all its destinations. This year, there is a lot of positivity around festivities. They managed to consolidate one of the best Valentine's Day in history of culture.
In entertainment, the costumes of Grammy-nominated K-pop boy band BTS used for their dynamic music video were sold for a whopping $162,500 at an auction. California-based Julian's Auctions announced the winning bid for the items consisting of pastel-colored shirts, pants, hats, t-shirts, and sneakers. The costumes were offered for auction at the Musicare's charity relief auction held in Beverly Hills on January 31. The winning bidders for the BTS costumes are Japanese billionaire and art collector Yusaku Maezawa and popular Japanese YouTuber Hikakin. Yusaku Maezawa announced on Twitter that they won the bidding and asked BTS armies to suggest what they should do with the costumes. The winning bidders will also release videos on their YouTube channels about the auction. Proceeds of the said auction will go to the Music Cares Foundation, which will give aid to people affected by the coronavirus disease pandemic, according to the Music Cares website. BTS offered to donate their costumes, estimated to be from $20,000 to $40,000 US for the charity events. In sports, Grandmaster Wesley seeks to regain his winning form when he sees action in the third leg of the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour, dubbed as the Opera Euro Rapid, starting on Saturday. The 27-year-old Grandmaster is hoping to bounce back from a quarterfinal defeat to Francis Maxime Vachier-Lagrave in the Air Things Masters in December last year. He also finished in a three-way tie for first with world champion Magnus Carlsen and United States teammate Hikaru Nakamura after the preliminary round. But despite his defeat from Vachier-Lagrave, So is also set to muster the same form that propelled him to the Skillings Open, where he stunned the fancied Carlsen last year. The Cavite-born the reigning World Fisher Rapid champion and two-time U.S. titleist, is currently second to Azerbaijan's Teimur Rajapov in the tour standings, and a better finish in the Opera Euro Rapid could catapult him back to the top in the $1.5 million tour. And in today's Tech Talk, we delve into a gadget that works like a painter's canvas for modern-day artists. Here is Manila Bulletin's Tech News editor, Art Samaniego, to show us what this digital canvas looks like.
Graphic artists are the modern-day Van Gogh, Da Vinci, and Picasso. But now, instead of canvas, they use the computer screen to work their magic and create a masterpiece. Today, we discover a device that extends your computer's display and give artists ease in the art of drawing. Hi, I'm Art Samaniego, and this is Tech Talk. This is the Huyun Canvas 13 digital drawing pen display. A 13-inch digital canvas that helps graphic artists create their next masterpiece. It pairs with a pen that has thousands of sensitive sensor pressures to act like a real paintbrush. The pen also comes with a dock where the replacement nibs are stored. It also comes with a glove to keep the artist's hand steady and to make their gestures smooth. It also works well with sweaty hands as it keeps moisture from your hand away from the screen of the device and the pen. On its side are the control buttons. It has a dedicated power and zoom buttons. It also has various customizable buttons for artists to assign whichever function they may need depending on the projects they are undertaking. The Huyun Canvas 13 connects to the computer through its 3-in-1 cable that keeps it powered and gives access to your files. Technology may be an unexpected partner for art, but it is a partnership that opens a lot of new doors for artistic exploration and creation. And that is Tech Talk this week. Join us again next week for more tech updates. This is Art Samaniego, and this is Tech Talk. Be fully informed.
Well, thank you, Art. And those are the news on web today, February 3, 2021. For more news and details, get your copy of Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to www.mb.com.ph. Or you may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link in this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.